What's up guys, Obito here with another tier list video for you. This time we'll take a look at the support recruit tier list. So not every character that has a support ability, just the characters you can get from support recruit or from these support tickets. So yeah, there are not that many characters in the game, but there are still many differences between them, and yeah, the way this list is going to work is obviously how good is the support, how good is the ability, but also how useful is it in actual gameplay, right? Because, for example, if a character has a support that is super amazing, but he supports, for example, Kojiro, and that's the only unit he supports, then, well, yeah, you cannot use it because there are just not that many units. And so, yeah, let's take a look at these characters. I have the ranks here: must have, amazing, good, niche and horrible. Just for the explanation, must have obviously needed for content, non-replaceable in most of the cases, amazing, self-explanatory, good, niche, so just for certain situations and certain characters, and horrible, never gonna be used, or just stat boosters, which shouldn't happen with these recruits, but yeah, actually there are just stat boosters here, which is, yeah, pretty horrible, because some units are just older than other units, and that's about it. So let's start here with Makono. Don't forget, this is not the Makono that we got from French Annie 2020 that has the nice support for Shanks. This is another Makono that just is a stat booster, and yeah, this Makono is pretty horrible. So let's have our first unit there. Next one, Tsuru. Tsuru is a good unit. Let me pull these units up so I can tell you exactly what they do and who they support. So this Tsuru supports Garb and Sengoku, which is good. There are many playable Garb and Sengokus in the game, so yeah, that condition is fulfilled. Good support characters. And she has a special that once per adventure when a support character uses the special, so very nice. So you can choose when that actually happens. It will cut the current HP of each enemy by 7% for 3 turns. So most of the cases you don't need it to be 7%, it could be 1%, it doesn't matter. You will use the support to break resilience actually, and that's the only thing you will do with it. And yeah, it's good, it's definitely good. Also been used, not something amazing, because you can always find other ways to do that easily with just characters who have end of turn specials, or who have poison, or who have this effect by themselves, and so on. But still, it's a good unit, but not amazing, I think. Konis, this Konis, I think she supports Nami as well. Let me look her up here. Konis. She supports Gunfor, Aiza, Viper, Nami, Sanji and Usopp. So the first 3 characters, yeah, pretty useless. There are not many good versions of them. But Nami, Sanji and Usopp is very good. And yeah, she will give a base attack boost to the character and boost the base attack versus Enel. So yeah, that's completely useless. But the second part of the effect, when the supported character hits a perfect, reduces enemies' increased defense duration by 1 turn. Yeah, this is still very niche, because don't forget, there are so many Nami characters that already have a death down, and the same goes for Usopp actually, and it's just 1 turn and you have to hit a perfect, which I don't really like that much, because you are just relying on hitting the perfect, and if you by any chance miss that, maybe your whole run doesn't work anymore. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of these kind of supports, and so I would say she's not horrible, but not better than niche, I would say. Now, this Sabo is one of the best support recruits in the game, definitely. He supports Luffy, and there are so many Luffy characters that I have used this Sabo so many times. He will give a base attack boost by 1.5 to the supported character when used as special. So let's take the example, Luffy has 2080k, uses the special, then for that turn he has 3080k. And yeah, that's pretty amazing. And I would say easily we have the first amazing unit here. Now for the next one. The next one is Iceberg. Iceberg support isn't used that often, frankly, because he's just a supporter for Frankie, and you are not that often using Frankie characters anymore. The legend is not being played at all. He would need a new legend, and yeah, there are not that many exceptional rare recruits, so that is why this is a bit niche. But for the effect itself, once per adventure, when an enemy inflicts you with despair or silence, reduces despair and silence duration by 3 turns and special cooldown by 2. So this is amazing. There's no other unit that does that. So if there's a specific content that requires this will be probably the best support in the game with. But more often than not, it's not the case, and he just supports Frankie. But the fact that it's so good, I would still say that this is a good support, because you can always build in a Frankie in a team if you need to. And it's not niche for me, it's good. Niche would mean you could never really use it, or don't really want to use it, or the characters are bad, and that's not the case here, I think. Okay, next character. I have actually, again, forgotten his name. I think it's Dagama, right? Yeah, it's Dagama. Let me pull Dagama up. So, Dagama is a quick unit, and this Dagama supports Elisabello, Chinjao, Sai, Ideo, and Hyrule, so that already is completely horrible, just because there are no really good units from them, except like the quick Hyrule. Everything else just bad. And maybe the strength Elisabello, but that's more for speed farming or cotton candy farming, so yeah, no. There are none except for the quick Hyrule. And he is a base attack booster and boost attack against Bartolomeo. And again, when the support character hits a perfect, reduces enemies' end of turn damage or percent cut damage duration by 5 turns, which is completely useless. 99% of the time, the percent cut damage or end of turn damage will be a 99 turn, and this will do absolutely nothing. And even if it weren't 99 turns, let's say it is 5 turns, where is the content where you don't clear it in one go and there is end of turn damage dealt to you? That's just not going to happen, and this is really a horrible support, this Dagama. Horrible. Next one, Strength or Lambos. This or Lambos is actually okay, I would say. So what he does is he supports actually the same characters that this Dagama supports, and once per adventure, when the supported character uses their special, changes recovery, tandem, empty, and bomb orbs on driven characters into the supported character's orb and locks the orbs for 1 turn. So this is the sheer definition of a niche character, just because this is a very good support effect, but only on these characters, only in a driven team, and yeah, only to the supported character's orb. Then it's so many conditions that it's not horrible, because you can use it if you want to, but it's super niche, and I would say that Conus is even more useful than Orlambos actually. Next one is the Oven. This Oven is actually a great support unit, and I wish I would have him by now, but I don't. But maybe that will change in the future. He supports Big Mom, Katakuri, Cracker, Daifuku, and Smoothie, which is great. All of them have very many good units. And once per adventure, when the supported character uses their special, changes all orbs on powerhouse characters into strength orbs and boosts color affinity of powerhouse characters by 1.3. So yeah, it's an orb changer, unfortunately not a block orb changer, but if this would be a block orb change with a color affinity boost, this would just be insane. But as it is, I think this is a really good support effect, and it's definitely amazing for me. Next one is the Mystems. PsyMister supports Luffy, Sanji, Carrot, and Pedro, so nice. Once per adventure, when an enemy inflicts you with paralysis or special rewind, reduces it by 3 turns and reduces special cooldown of the supported characters by 3 turns and reduces damage received. Amazing support effect again. Again, you don't need it because there are other characters that do the same, but it's really good. It does so many things and it can be used on various occasions, and so yeah, this for me is an amazing support character as well. Next one is the Kojiro. Let's find out how he was written, because I can't remember. Let me have a look at him on the phone then, if I can't remember the name. Or is he written with like this? Like this? No. Ah, like this. Okay, I found him. All good. He only supports Zoro, which is not a problem because there are many good Zoro characters in the game. Once per adventure, when the supported character uses a damage dealing or health cutting special, reduces enemies' increased defense and resilience buffs duration by 4 turns and adds 0.7 to chain multiplier for 1 turn. For me, also amazing support unit. There are many Zoro characters that have these damage dealing or health cuts. That is just one of the main treats of Zoro characters. And then reduce enemies' increased defense and resilience buff by 4 turns is amazing. I have missed him for so long, and I regret never pulling for him because he's so good and I needed him on a few occasions. Now I have him and I'm pretty happy about that. And yeah, obviously the 0.7 add to the chain multiplier for 1 turn is also amazing. So yeah, amazing support. Definitely not a must-have, but yeah, still amazing. Next one, Strausen. This Strausen is once per adventure when a supported character uses their special, reduces crew's increased damage take duration by 5 turns, which is whatever, and recovers 4500 HP at the end of turn for 3 turns. Can be used on Big Mom. So yeah, this character, I first put him into horrible because this is just a special you are never ever going to use. It just makes no sense because increased damage taken, who cares about these debuffs in reality? No one. And HP recovery is also not that good in the actual game, so yeah, he's pretty horrible on that note. But still, you can use him on some occasions when you are cotton candy farming with the raid Big Mom and recover some HP. And if you have more HP, her special will deal more damage, so he can be used for this. And since he at least supports Big Mom, which is a common character in the game, I think he's not horrible, he's niche. But he's definitely not better than niche. He's just used on some occasions. Next one, Vanda. This character, on the other hand, is really good because of the following effect. She supports Carrot and Nami, and once per adventure, when the supported character uses the special, randomizes all orbs, including block orbs, other than quick recovery or tandem orbs, and locks all orbs for 1 turn. So there are not that many supports in the game that change block orbs, and every block orb changing support is already amazing. She has good characters to support with Carrot or Nami. Nothing amazing because, yeah, it's just two units, but two commonly used units. And yeah, like I said, block orb changer are pretty rare, and also locking the orbs is also pretty rare. And so this is an amazing support. And yeah, Vanda definitely goes into amazing. And now, definitely the best support in the game is Brûlé. You all will know what she does, probably, and everyone who doesn't have her yet. I know some people who did like 12 multi-pulls just to try to get her, which I find amazing. This is something normally you would only do for a legend character, but there you can see how good this unit is. And she supports Luffy, Nami, Chopper, Peckham's, Carrot, and Katakuri, which is a array of units, of good units. And then when you reach the final stage, she changes block orbs into matching orbs, changes the supported character's orb into a matching orb, and she reduces the special cooldown of supported character by 2 turns and recovers HP. This is the best support in the game, without a doubt. She's just so amazing. The special cooldown with the block orb change on this array of characters, amazing unit. And yeah, definitely look out for her if by some chance she's boosted on a banner, on a support banner where her rate is raised or something. Try to get her. Again, don't get me wrong, you don't need any character in the game, I think, except for maybe Roger, if you want to clear anything. But if there's a support character that you need from these rare recruits to clear some contents where otherwise it will be very difficult, it's Brûlé. And I even used her 3 or 4 times on a treasure map, and without her my team wouldn't have worked. So yeah, amazing unit. Let's go on. Carrot, the bath time Carrot, also a good support unit. This Carrot supports Nami, Vanda, and Chiffon, so an okay unit composition, I would say. There are not that many good Vandas and Chiffon, but Chiffon gets a new Kizuna rare recruit character now, and there's also the normal rare recruit, which is decent, and there obviously are very many good Namis, and she's a base attack, HP and recovery booster, and when the sworded character hits a perfect, reduces enemies' increased defense duration by 2 turns. And so yeah, this is way better, just because commonly there's like 5 turns of something like increased defense, and yeah, if you have a character that gets rid of 3 and use her as a support, it's gone. And yeah, that is pretty amazing, and she's also needed in many teams. And yeah, amazing support, definitely. Next one is the Sengoku, who I think only supports Law, but that's not a problem because there are many good laws in the game. This Sengoku, once per adventure, when the supported character uses a damage dealing or health cutting special, which is again good because Law is a slasher, and yeah, like Zoro, he has many characters that deal damage. Excuse me. Changes all orbs on all characters into the supported character's orb and adds 0.7 to chain multiplier for 1 turn. And yeah, that's amazing, right? All orbs on all characters into the supported character's orbs adds 0.7 to the chain. And yeah, the fact that it's just into the supported character's orb lets him down a bit, and it's not block orbs, right? So there's 2 things that is the drawback, and that it's only Law. And so in this case, I would say this is, from the strength, the same as Sengoku, I would say. And not Sengoku, Iceberg. And so yeah, I would also put him into the good category. Now for this Daifuku, he supports Big Mom, he supports Katakuri, Smoothie. No, that's not right. Wait a second. No, that's not right. Let me see here. I think. Oh no, that's right. Okay. Once he supports Big Mom, Katakuri, Smoothie, and Cracker. Again, good units. Once per adventure, when the supported character uses damage dealing health cutting special, reduces despair by 2 turns, reduces increased defense duration by 4 turns, and makes recovery orbs beneficial for all characters for 1 turn, changes adjacent orbs into recovery. So you get half a board of matching orbs, which is, it's whatever, right? That is something that you can use on a treasure map or something, but normally you would want a full board of matching orb. But the other effect that it reduces the despair by 2 and increased defense by 4 is amazing, because it's 2 debuffs, it's not that commonly seen, and yeah, this Daifuku definitely is an amazing unit. Next one, Caesar, also from the newer batch. This Caesar is a strength unit, supports Virgo, Doflamingo, Capone, and Kaido, so some good units. When the supported character uses attack boost or orb amplification, special reduces bind duration by 2 turns, poisons all enemies, and boosts attack against enemies inflicted with poison or strong poison by 1.5. Yeah, amazing. I don't have to say that much about this character, I think. He's, from the amazing characters, he's definitely number 1. I don't have them all sorted by order, but this Caesar is number 1. He is close to being a must-have, and that's just because he has a self-proccing conditional, and by that I mean, if you get this support effect to work, you will get a conditional boost with 1.5, which is very high, for poison, after poisoning them, and it's just with a support character. So yeah, this Caesar is insanely good, and he's really close to being a must-have, I think. Next one, Shutmaru and Moria. I think we can get a bit quicker with those 2 units, because they're actually doing the same. They are both 1.3 base attack booster if the character uses a special. Shoot Tenmaru for, I think, strength driven, and Moria for int driven. So they were actually designed for Kaido and Big Mom. Can be used on other characters as well, like, I don't know, V3 Katakuri or other driven int characters. There are many of them. Doflamingo, something like that. Yeah. So these units are good, but they are not as good as the Sabo, because Sabo is 1.5, they are only 1.3, but these are still good supports. They are nowhere near being a must-have, but yeah, they're good. They're definitely good, and I think they belong in this tier. Now for the last 2 units. The last 2 units actually I have put in because the banner for them will come out in a few days. New support, Robin and Chopper. I would suggest on that Sugufest, if you have some gems left over, pull, but only make 2 multis, because after 2 multis one of these characters is guaranteed, and I think that's actually quite worth it. That's actually quite worth it. So yeah, pick one of them up. I would pull them up. So this new Robin first. If I can find her, there are so many Robin characters in this game. Holy. Okay, she supports quick cerebral characters, which is, yeah, I don't know what I should think about that. I don't really like it that they made it so few units they supported. They would be way better if they would just support all quick or all cerebral characters and not just that specific. But yeah, it is what it is. Once per an adventure, when the supported character uses a bind or despair reducing special, reduces bind and despair duration by 2 turns, reduces damage received by 70 turns for 1 turn, and recovers 30% of crew's max HP. Yeah, this is a very unique special. It would be way better if it would be just a trigger for bind or despair like Rayleigh or Corazon have, just when it happens, because specials like this are not really needed that much, because you have to see it in this perspective. In this day and age, if you have, you would need to have a bind or despair reducer in the team already, and more often than not the units that come out will have at least 5 turns of reducing that, and with that it's 7, and then with your sockets it's like 10, and almost no content requires you to get rid of 10 It's 9, it's not 10. Of 9 or 10 turns with that, and yeah. Then more often than not, you will just use 2 characters who get rid of it, or there will be a specific character booster that gets rid of it all. But still, it's usable. Damage received by 70% for 1 turn is whatever. These kind of supports are almost never gonna be used. Other than you have no other way to clear this content, because this will take a lot longer. It's a stalling special in that regards. And the recovery of 30% of crew's max HP is actually quite good, because that is not in the game. And for that, I think this is good, because if you really need to stall for 1 turn, they are the character to go to in a quick cerebral team. And yeah, so this Robin I would also put into good, but definitely not into amazing. You don't need her. And now for the last character, this Chopper. I think this Chopper actually is better than the Robin. So good luck to you pulling Chopper and not Robin if you actually do the 2 multis. And yeah, let me pull him up. Also, there are like a bazillion of Choppers in this game. Also, again, quick cerebral characters. I think these 2 characters are specifically designed for Sanji Pudding that come out with them, because I think Sanji Pudding is a quick, I think it's a quick dex unit, and they are cerebral, so yeah, they support them. And once per adventure, when a support character uses their special, recover 3000 HP. Boost the color affinity of quick and cerebral characters 1.5 for 1 turn. Amazing. There is no such support effect in the game yet. The normal rare recruit ace has 1.3 for quick. This is 1.5 for quick and cerebral. And yeah, that's really, really good. And this is, for me, definitely an amazing support effect. So yeah, this Chopper is definitely better than the Robin. Okay, that's it. That's all the support characters. As always, if you have enjoyed the video, guys, leave a like, consider subscribing, and yeah, have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next video. And yeah, I hope you like the list as well. I think it's pretty good. So see you in the next video, guys.